Wait, it's not upside down. Okay. So another thing I would want to talk about today. This is the same day as previous video, but I will write down the date anyway. Is my method, my plan towards achieving, towards getting, towards adding 19 millimeters to my arms in a span of 34 days. This is something that I have never done. This is something that I have never assembled even closely. Like, this is literally 4 times as much growth as I have ever experienced within a month. So that would be a miracle if I succeed. But I want to succeed, so shit, I want to succeed so much. Anyway, let's talk about my method. So first of all, we'll talk about my exercises that I do for my biceps and for my triceps. So I have chosen only one exercise for my triceps and one for biceps. For the triceps, it's gonna be overhead extensions with a dumbbell where while lowering I bring my elbow to the side, so it's the very bottom of the range of motion. As you can see, the resistance profile is very stretch biased. So here is the maximum tension where triceps is almost maximally stretched. Maybe it's not necessarily the exercise that will stretch the long head of the triceps the best, but I think that it is an overall good tricep builder. Like, it builds the entirety of the triceps because the resistance profile is stretch biased while stretching decently well your long head. And so the only potential issue that might appear with this exercise is shoulder discomfort while stabilizing that shit overhead. Sometimes when my shoulder gets too much aggravated from other upper body movements like bench press, pull-ups, rows, pullovers, if I do them wrong or if I push on them too hard, my shoulder gets aggravated and so it might affect my performance on overhead extensions. So what I will do instead, I will do overhead extensions, but the way I will cope with the potential issues that might appear with the shoulder, first of all, I'll fucking calm down all those fucking upper body movements, meaning that I'll keep more reps in reserve that I'll keep enough reps in reserve so I could get away with like zero discomfort. So this way, yeah, maybe the progression on those upper body movements wouldn't be as good as it could be, but at least it wouldn't affect my arm isolation, which is right now the biggest priority for me. Yeah, and second of all, I'll start every full body training session with my arm isolation. And yeah, I will do those exercises, those arm exercises, once every other day. So the frequency is every 48 hours, which is pretty high, especially considering that I'm repeating the same movements. And yeah, for biceps, I'll do concentration hammer curls when I'm sitting down and I'm just resting my elbow. I'm sitting on a bench and I'm resting my elbow on the inside of my thigh. And this exercise, while the resistance profile is not that stretch biased, I found that when you utilize a bit of momentum on that exercise, it feels really nice. It feels like I get a lot of stimulus while not getting, well, first of all, it is very stable. So the issues that might raise might have frozen in case where I would do them standing like that. Sometimes I get shoulder pain and I can't quite push it to failure because of the shoulder being the potential limiting factor. I have some issues with the shoulder, but I have found ways to deal with that and cope with that. I'll also do some internal external rotation at the end of my full body sessions, so it feels much better, and my shoulder gets a bit stronger with time. So it's not as bad as it used to be previously. Yeah, so when you rest your elbow on the inside of your thigh, it becomes very stable. And what I actually do sometimes is, yeah, I actually modify the resistance profile a bit by bending to that side. So it's actually more, it's not quite steep of an angle as in a preacher curl, but it's like the resistance profile is so that the largest amount of tension is when my arm is not 90 degrees, but like here, you know, like 110 maybe. So the resistance profile is a bit stretch biased on its own, and also by utilizing a bit of momentum and body English to assist the movement and to help on the positive, and then going with momentum on the negative and only controlling the negative when you're reversing in the positive. So you're utilizing the stretch reflex on the muscle, which is quite stimulatory, you know. But of course, you need to be very careful with that, because if you push too hard with that type of technique with tendons that are not really adapted to that, you can get hurt pretty easily, and you can get, you know, slowly you will regress if you go too hard at first. But auto-regulating my efforts based on the way my body feels is something that I'm starting to learn how to do properly, and something that I am focused, like, this is the main thing that I'm focusing right now during training. Not the form, not to push as hard as I could, but to push as hard as my body allows me to do without complaining, you know? So I'm just the main focus of my training right now is just auto-regulating my efforts based on the way my body feels. This is the main thing right now. This is something that Leroy Colbert, the legend, the first man, natural man, who built 50 centimeter arms, 21-inch biceps. Maybe not 21. I can't quite believe that he built 21. I think that it was on a pump and it was quite fat stretched. I think he did manage though to build 20-inch biceps naturally. And so he was in a lot of his videos, he was just pinpointing that a lot of people, I mean, he was pinpointing the importance of being tuned with your body and listening to it, and never pushing too hard. At the same time, pushing hard enough to progress, but at the same time, not pushing so hard that you're regressing, because you don't allow your body to adapt. And obviously, because he was also a big proponent of full body training every other day, it's kind of prerequisite of having good auto-regulation and listening to your body well, because if you're not, you wouldn't be able to train every single muscle group every other day, because you'll just burn out very quickly, because you want to push as hard as possible on every single set, and this is just not sustainable. This kind of method is not sustainable. If you want to train like that, you should pick twice a week frequency. But if you want to reap the benefits of every other day frequency, which is you get to do the movement and you get to train the muscle every other day, meaning that you're progressing in a sense, you're pushing progression as fast as your body allows you to do. And what that does is just your progression rate with while training the muscle every other day is just as fast as it could be, considering that your auto-regulation is in place, considering that you listen to your body and you don't push too hard, but at the same time you push just enough. Yeah, so this is what I do for arms, and the way I progress on those, I utilize something that is called evolving rep ranges, and it's basically double progression, where I do 3 sets on every single session. I do 3 sets. It's pretty much stable. I never do more or less, like 3 sets, and on every single set I'll go basically as hard as my body allows me to go without it complaining much. You know, like a tiny bit of structural discomfort is allowed, but if I instinctively, if instinctively I feel that that's too much, I quit, I stop. I don't go above that too, because I train the same movement 48 hours later, so I better allow my body to recover, you know? I better allow my body to, I better give my body a chance to adapt, you know? So you need to be really smart about it, about auto-regulating your proximity to failure, based on how your body feels. You need to have really, you know, in a sense, a tiny bit of wisdom. You need to use your wisdom while training if you want to succeed at training full body or upper lower every other day, because those are practically the same things. You're just splitting the work into. I don't think the difference is really that high. It's just that at full body it's it's much more, there's much more contrast in the sense that on one day you're training everything and on the other day you're training nothing. This is the contrast. But even though I still train on my rest days, in the sense that I don't really train, I just do cardio, playing soccer with fourth graders, you know. This is not really demanding. It just, even though I get quite sore in my legs, in my thighs, in my glutes, I get quite sore. This is why I don't train those muscles in the commercial gym, because I just don't want to waste my time. If I can train those muscles, I mean, it's just my focus first of all, and if I can train and develop them slightly outside of the gym, I better do it, you know. It just, I can't really do it with my arms because I need dumbbells for that. I need a set of good damn dumbbells. And here in my gym, dumbbells are fucking. Dumbbells are amazing. Yeah. So this is what I do with my arms. Anyway, I haven't. So 3 sets, and the amount of reps must fit in a certain rep range. For biceps, I do 6 to 10 reps. The last thing I did was I did 12. Yeah, I also do my hammer curls with fucking fat grip, so it feels really nice and also adds a bit of diffuse tonnage to my inner arms, which I train anyway by doing dead hangs with fat grips. Also, I want to start doing farmer carries to get in some more traps and some more forearms. So I'll do something anyway. Let's not get ahead of the time and speak about everything in detail, step by step. So 6 to 10 rep range. So the last time I did it, I did 8-7-7, if I remember correctly. I mean, I have written down everything on paper, so I track every single lift of mine that I do. I have a special notebook for that. And so 8-7-7, and the goal with the evolving rep ranges is basically to do hard sets to push progression for the next session. So me doing those 8-7-7, those were pretty close to failure. The structural discomfort was like pretty mild to none. Like I pretty much, the body didn't complain whatsoever, and it was pretty close to failure. Obviously, because I used a lot of, for my standards, I used quite a lot of momentum and cheating to getting more stimulus. So just in case, I left one rep in reserve, because those reps are stimulatory on its own. You don't even need to go to failure. I mean, all the way to failure. You need to go close to failure to get sufficient stimulus in, but not necessarily all the way to failure. And yeah, sometimes you just need to hold yourself back just to preserve your training momentum, just to keep, just to be able to progress later in your training sessions. And so the goal with that is just to add reps, or if you can't add reps, you're just, And for now, I'm in a stage where I can add reps pretty much every other day, but sometimes I can't, mostly because my recovery might not have been the best. So what I do is just do the same amount of reps, but I try to do them with a better quality as I did the last time. So with a slower tempo, with more control. So this way, I'm actually getting a tiny bit more stimulus than I did before, but the fatigue is nearly the same, you know? Yeah, so this way, it's pretty simple to progress that once I get to something like 10, 10, 9 or 10, 9, 8, I'm just upping the weight by 2 kilograms. So right now I'm using 12 kilograms, and I will just up it for 14 kilograms when I go up to 10, 9, 8 with those 10 kilograms. And I will probably start at something like 7, 6, 7, 6, 6, something like that. This is fine because this is still within a rep range of 6 to 10. For triceps, I do 8 to 12. I found that a tiny bit higher rep ranges for my, it feels a tiny bit better for the elbows, but I also found that doing my tricep overhead extensions for too high of reps fatigues my shoulders too much. So I need to kind of find a middle spot, and I found that 8 to 12 is just fine. It's good enough for my elbow, and it's not too high of a rep range for my shoulder, because my shoulder gets too tired when I hold that position too much when I do that, because this is how the exercise looks, right? Here you can see that the angle is pretty steep. Here's the where physics entails that the tension is the highest. So tension is the highest at the point where triceps is almost fully stretched. So the resistance profile is pretty lengthen biased, so I don't even need to use that much momentum at all. So the technique on those is decently controlled. Not as controlled as it used to be, because I used to be a control maniac. Like, I was controlling my negatives too much, so much so that it actually caused some issues in my wrists and elbows. I found that doing your exercise too slowly, controlling your negative too slowly, it's even more fatiguing than letting a bit of momentum move your arm and just controlling while you're starting to reverse into the negative. I found that if you allow yourself to adapt to that, it actually feels better and more natural in a sense for your body, in a sense to move continuously. Like, this is also something that Leroy Colbert used to talk about the form, that in order to stimulate your muscles well, the movement needs to be continuous, and it needs to be flowing well. So you must not stop at the top. It can't be, like that. It should be rather like that. Continuous motions that has a good flow. And I also found that that kind of form feels the best on my joints. So I will do that, and I also feel that it brings me a lot of stimulus. So amazing, no? Okay, so I have talked about the arms, the way I will progress my arms, and yeah, when it comes to the numbers that I will need to get up to in order to gain 19 millimeters, I don't really know. To be honest, I have no idea what numbers would I need to get up to in the span of those 34 days. I really have no idea. I mean, in my mind, I have a conviction that if I were to increase my working weight on my overhead tricep extensions by 50%, which means that from going from 8 kilograms for sets of 12, I'll go up to, wait, yeah, 8 kilograms for sets of 12. I will go up to 12 kilograms for sets of 12. I would imagine that I would gain at least 15 millimeters for that. And for bicep curls, I think that if I will go from 12 kilograms for sets of 8 up to 14 kilograms for sets of 10, I would also add like 5 millimeters. So, I mean, it's like, I'm guessing, I have no idea. Maybe it's 2 kilograms more than that. I hope not, because that would be unrealistic to reach. But I'm guessing that within 34 days, 34 days is 17 training sessions for me. 17 training sessions. I mean, actually today I will have a training session and I'm planning to go up in weight in overhead extensions because for the last 2 training sessions I was doing sets of 12. So the training session before I was doing 12, 11, 9, something like that, and the last training session I was doing 12, 12, 10. Yeah, exactly. And so I think it's perfectly enough. I've already built enough structural resilience and muscular resilience to handle 10 kilograms. For sets of 8, I'm guessing, I think I'll be, yeah, I think I'll do something like 8, 8, 8, or, oh shit, I'm sorry, or 8, 9, 8, or 9, 8, 8. Anyway, I have no idea because I can't guess how my body will feel. You know, I mean, I can guess how my body can feel, but I can't say for a fact. So maybe I will try 10 kilograms today and I will find that I'm not ready for it yet. I hope not though. So the first thing I will do today, before going up to 10 kilograms, I will do a set of 12. One set of 12 with 8 kilograms, and then I'll try 10 kilograms. Yeah, but I think I'm perfectly strong enough for that shit. Holy shit, I farted, man. Shit, what have I eaten? Anyway, oh my god. Okay. Fart was immaculate, holy shit. Anyway, so this is regarding the arms. This is regarding the amount of progress I'll need to go through to gain those 19 millimeters that I have left to not lose my bet for money. Yeah, the bet was if I lose, I'm getting to pay for his date with his girlfriend. It's not like a lot of money. I'm sure he would be modest with that. But holy shit, I don't want to lose. Yeah, and it's also a kind of bet where I am the only one who can lose. He can't, because otherwise he wouldn't agree to that bet. The only reason I made that bet is just to raise my level of determination, you know. And as you can see, it works. Okay, also you can see, yeah, we can see really because it haven't worked yet. But as you can see that I'm starting to think something, I'm starting to plot something, so it may work. I hope it will. So this is regarding my arm growth. So in 17 training sessions, how far could I go? So let's say today, let's start with overhead extensions. Let's say today I'll bring 10 kilograms and I'll lift it for sets of 8, you know, maybe for 9, 8, 8, something like that. To be able to do sets of 12, to do something like 12, 12, 10 with 10 kilograms, I think I'll need 1, 2, wait, 1, 2, okay, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, like at least, no, 6, at least 6. least 6 training sessions to go to make another weight jump. 6 training sessions. I mean, you're supposed to. Oh hell yeah! Okay. Uh, I I've seen a message where my friend just proposed to go to the gym today, and it's actually hell yeah! It's that kind of friend who I really wanted to go to gym with, and I really wanted to make him go in the gym, but I failed times and times again because he was busy with other stuff, you know. But for now, okay. I will answer him later. For now, I need to finish my video. Okay, anyway. Holy shit, I'm so excited right now. Like going to the gym with a friend, especially with that kind of friend who, you know, is inspired. I mean, is loves to train too. This is holy shit, motherfucker. So excited. Anyway, I guess I'll wrap up that video. Wait, yeah. So let's say it would take me 6 training sessions. Like optimistically, if my recovery will be good, if I will train, if I'll eat a lot, obviously, yeah, and obviously to get to gain 19 millimeters, I'll need to gain at least 1.5 kilograms. So it's like 3 pounds. 3 pounds of weight. I mean, it's within 34 days, it wouldn't be a problem. It might be a problem for me because I'm a hard eater, you know. I don't like to eat that much, motherfucker. I'm in the bed, so I will fucking stuff my face with food, you know. But I still don't want to. I still want that weight. I still want those 90 millimeters to be mainly from muscle. Like, if it would be 50 fat, 50 muscle, that would be like, okay, but preferably I would like it to be 30% fat and 70% muscle. That would be fucking amazing, man. That would be fucking amazing. Okay, anyway. What did I want to say? Okay, so let's say it will take me 6 training sessions to make a weight jump again. So I'll use 12 kilograms, and so to make another weight jump from 12 kilograms, I'll guess I would need 8 training sessions. Wait, yeah, you know what? I think it's perfectly realistic for me to actually go up to 14 kilograms of overhead extensions for a set of 8 within those 17 days. Because 17 days, it's like, I mean, 17 training days within 6. Within 6, I'm able to make a weight jump up to 12. I mean, no, I mean, it's very optimistic again. It's only if I will sleep well and if I will eat well, and the fact that I will train well is pretty much a default, so it's obvious, you know. But anyway, I need to. No, hell no. I will eat well and will sleep well, motherfucker. I don't want to lose a bet. Anyway, so let's say it will take 6 training sessions to move up in weight again, and I have 11 training days left, and within those 11, I can make another weight jump up to 14 kilograms and work with 14 for 3 to 4 training sessions more, you know. So actually, if I will be able to go to do like 14 kilograms for sets of 10, I think I'll already gain from that at least 15 millimeters, like at least. And for biceps, I can go, I think I'll do weight jump for biceps in the next 3 to 4 training sessions. Yeah, for biceps, the same thing basically. I can go up to 16 kilograms for sets of 10. Hell yeah, actually. Like if you counted 4 more training sessions to make another weight jump up to 14 kilograms, and when I'm up to 14 kilograms, it's, let's say, 7 more training sessions. So 4 plus 7 would be fucking 11, and I have 6 left. So I can even, at the last, yeah, I can actually do it, motherfucker. Like, if I progress on those lifts very well, I can actually do it. Yeah, actually, damn, that would be that would be amazing. But I need to take my recovery fucking seriously. This time, I'll fucking do it, motherfucker. Okay. Unfortunately, I will not be detailing the rest of my training program for other body parts like abs, spinal erectors, shoulders, lats, traps, chest, calves, thighs, because I'm already up to time. Like 30 minutes, this is already quite long, so I will be detailing the rest in other videos. Wait, I just want to finish with the recovery things that. Yes, the plan for recovery is basically to. Everything starts with. Like, for me, everything starts with the day when you're tired. So, everything starts with fatiguing yourself with different activities. So, some those activities that I have outlined in previous video. So, reading manga, sculpting, reading manga with a friend, going out with friends, fucking filming those videos. This is pretty mentally taxing because you have to talk out of your mind something that should make sense, at least to you, And so that's already energy consuming. Mm, so yeah. So if I live not like a lazy motherfucker, but like a person with a tiny bit of ambition and dedication, my sleep will already be so much better. And yeah, obviously, when it comes to the schedule, I need to make sure that I go to sleep more or less at the same time and I wake up more or less at the same time. Yeah, so those are things. And yeah, the way I'll do it, just today I'll go to bed a little bit earlier just because of the fact that I'm already, I've already, even though I've woken up at 12:30 today, I'm already pretty fatigued. I mean, in a sense, I've already done a decent job at fatiguing myself so far, and I will continue on. I will not surrender to tiredness in order to fall asleep as soon as possible today, in order to restore my sleep schedule in a way that will allow me to get good nights of sleep consistently without anybody waking me up and without fucking without waking myself up by snoring in sleep, for example. Yeah, something that I haven't talked about, I think, is I have some sort of sleep apnea that is not severe but is still there, and the way I deal with that is basically I train my tongue. I press my tongue with everything I have as hard as possible for a minute or two before I go to sleep. And holy shit, that feels so nasty. That, like, the sensation in your muscle, in your tongue muscle, is so unpleasant, but still, it means that it works. It means that it works. It means that I'm creating some muscle stimulus, and so it have actually improved my sleep apnea quite a bit. I have my snoring frequency like decreased by 50%. I have an app that monitors how much I snore during sleeping, and it improved. And so I will keep training my tongue, keep doing that small training before I go to bed, and this way I'll get the best sleep possible. Because motherfucker, to get those 19 millimeters, my recovery needs to be on a fucking point. So I'll do everything for it to be on a fucking point. Yeah. So that's basically my plan. Yeah, I'll wrap this up. In the next video, yeah, I guess I will be detailing the rest of my plan, even though I think it would be much shorter video, because it's not like I'm not passionate about the rest of my plan. It's like this is not a part of a bet. This is something that this is something I will do just to get, you know, a physique that is more or less balanced. Of course, my training is still biased towards certain body parts. Like overall, my main focus right now is arms. Secondly, the back, upper back, so the lats and traps. And thirdly is my calves. So those are my main focus, and you will see my physique preferences will be reflected in my training program, my training plan, basically. But that will be for the next video. Okay, bye.